What's up, guys? Cwesolo here, and today we're going to be continuing where we left off in our coding series. So today we're going to be covering basic input and output, so outputting the screen and inputting user data and outputting it. So we're just going to continue right where we left off yesterday with our console.writeLine. So we've already kind of done a little bit of output, printing to the console by utilizing this console.writeLine to print this sentence here, or this question, out to the console, like so. So from here, now we want to take in user data. So we want to take in a statement or a number or of some kind of input from the user of your program, and we want to output it on the screen. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna keep our console.writeLine statement here, and we're gonna make a string. So a string is a variable or a data type that holds characters of a string of characters. So like it can be a word, a sentence, an entire essay. It can be realistically any kind of word. It can even include numbers and stuff. Now, these numbers that you'd be putting into a string are going to be different than something like an integer, or, a double or a float, because these numbers are just simply characters, right? So yeah, we're going to just make a string, and we're going to name this input, and we're going to set it equal to just that, just 2 quotation marks, and don't forget your semicolon at the end for declaring your variable. Now, we're going to be setting input here. So to make this simple, we could make this, we could actually do what we're going to do here with the console.readLine key, readLine statement. We could put it right after the string here, but we're going to make it simple. We're going to just do one step at a time here and keep it simple. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put input equals console.readLine, and from here now we can get user input. And then now that we've took in some user input, we can now display this input to the console. So we're going to simply respond to what the question that we got before from our computer. So we're going to do console.writeLine. And we're going to simply put in input, just like that. So now what this is going to do is it's going to take in the input, like so, from here. So we declared our variable here. And this variable is going to be holding what we said, right? And then here, we set input equal to console.readKey, so that way we could read, or read line, so that way we could read data from the keyboard. And then on this line, we are taking that data and we are displaying it to the screen. So let's do that. So let's quickly save our work. Control S. We're going to quickly save it, and then we're going to hit F5, and we'll have this nice little thing pop up. Now we're going to put wonderful, or whatever you're feeling today. If you're feeling awful, you could put awful. If you're feeling great, you could put great, fantastic, whatever your word of choice is. And now look at that. We have it displayed back to us. So we put wonderful in, and now wonderful is now back here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very simple. So now that we have some input, now that we can have input and we could give feedback based on that input, we have a basic input-output system now. So we can take in user input and output it to the screen, and then we can also do other things with this input that we have here, including manipulating it, adding more to it. So if we wanted to do, for example, input, so we want to do like console.writeLine, console.writeLine input plus, let's say, I don't know, that's great. Make sure you put a space there, otherwise it's going to be one giant thing. And go ahead and do that. We can have more, we can manipulate the input in other ways. So we can put wonderful again. And now we have wonderful. That's great. So we can use this input and we can manipulate it and change it. And we could even make new variable. We can make new strings that include input in them as well. So we could have string, you know, sentence, right? And we could equal sentence to, let's see here. We can make that's great again. So we can make sentence equals input plus that's great, as I spelled great wrong. And now we have, and then from here we could just simply move that. We're gonna move this down real quick. Control X to cut it. We're gonna paste it down here, and instead of having console.writeLine do that, we can simply just put sentence. And now with that, we can hit the button, and apparently nothing's popping up on my screen. So let's close this out real quick. This is weird. This is a weird issue. I've never seen that before. Either way, we can still output this, and by concatenating this string and this little statement here, we can make an entirely new string. So that is pretty much basic input and output. So you take in some data, and you can output the data. So this is where I'm going to leave you guys with a challenge for this next video, and I want to see if you guys can make a simulated conversation between a computer and a user. You don't need to output like this. You don't need to output your input because your input's already going to be shown on the screen. So that is my challenge for you guys for the next video. If you guys like the video, comment if you have anything to say, leave a like, and subscribe if you are interested in learning more about how to code in C#.